Shuichi?
Yep, Gonta is the only person who could have committed the murder. You get it now, right? That's the truth we were all reaching for. The thing you guys wanted so badly! A truth without any lies! Yu Iruma's killer is Gonta Gokuhara!
Really? Did Gonta really do it?
Jeez, is that really your reaction? It would have been fun if you went all crazy.
He ain't like that, bruh. It just ain't him.
About everything, so oh well. A culprit who can't remember their murder is pretty interesting. So, better than nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Korekiyo is definitely not nice, but he's also like kind of just like this weird, creepy, mysterious guy all the way through. So it wasn't quite as shocking for him. It was like, oh, he's a serial killer? That makes sense. But everyone else for sure.
If Gonta remembered, his cover would have been blown so fast, especially since he's an idiot.
Hold on. I still haven't accepted this. This has gotta be Kokichi's trap. I still believe in Gonta. He's not the kind of person who'd kill.
Kaito.
I already said this a million times, Kaito. You shouldn't use emotions to—
You want proof? I've got your proof.
Yeah, no, absolutely for Kaida and Kirumi. Kirumi, I was still like suspected at the time, but like obviously she had like her circumstances and reasons and all that stuff. But yeah, definitely Kaida and Kirumi were like the most selfless people in the game. and Gonta, of course, as well. So yeah.
After Tsumugi and Shuichi heard Kibo's voice in the mansion, they ran outside. And who did they see out there?
Oh, Shuichi and Tsumugi. Yeah, that's right. He was right there. Gonta, did you see Kiba around here anywhere? No, Gonta not see him.
Gonta.
Kokichi said it himself.
Never told you that. It's a good point.
When Yu's avatar crashed into the chapel wall, the culprit must have been on the roof.
I see. If Gonta's the culprit, it'd be weird if he wasn't on the roof.
It's possible that he fled the mansion after he heard the impact.
You'd have to go through the entrance hall to get outside the mansion from the roof. Is that where Shuichi and Tsumugi ran to when they heard the crashing sound?
The Tsumugi told on screen. Yeah, I think that's what they're assuming, that like someone told them the story, I guess.
Maybe he jumped off the roof.
Unless this is all super long con, and it turns out Kaito is actually the murderer.
That's not possible. That rooftop was pretty high up.
Way too late to pull that.
Normally, Gonta could have done it, but his avatar wasn't strong enough. How about that? Now you get it, right? If Gonta was the culprit, there's no way he could have been outside the mansion.
Now you can't say Gonta's the culprit. Congrats, Gonta.
What? Really?
It would have been so nice if that were the truth. yeah, really. Yeah, it would be exactly like that. It's just like Kaito, you didn't know, you shouldn't have known that. If Kaito were right, and his horrible trial would just end. But
No, that's wrong.
What?
Just because Gonta was at the mansion doesn't mean that he isn't the culprit. All the culprit needed was a way to get from the roof to outside the mansion.
like climbing down the toilet paper.
Huh? Looks like Shuichi got it. I'll leave the rest to him.
You did this to herself. I think it's a little late for that.
Kaito,
You aren't wrong,
I know how
but...
you feel. I know because we all feel it. But we have to face the truth. No matter how cruel that truth may be, we need to face it to survive.
Whose side are you on, Shuichi?
Kaito, please.
Aren't you my sidekick? Was that just a lie?
Kaito!
Fine then! I'll tear that sorry reasoning of yours apart and wake you up!
Oh, is that okay? Interesting. I can't doubt my detective work now. If I want us all to survive, I can't back down. Yeah, okay, I guess we're going armament argument against Kaito this time.
I'll never accept this! Don't you know Gonta at all? He's not the kind of guy who kills someone. Don't you know that about him by now? I'll never accept this! Don't you know Gonta at all? He's not the kind of guy who kills someone. Don't you... Damn it! Why won't you believe Gonta? Why are you listening to Kokichi?
Also, yeah, I haven't been using this at all the whole game.
You my sidekick?
Oh, whoops.
Wake up, Shuichi!
I keep not doing the holds, right?
Why won't you believe Gonta? Why are you listening to Kokichi? Aren't you my sidekick?
There we go.
Wake up, Shuichi! Why won't you believe Gonta? Why are you listening to Kokichi? Aren't you my sidekick?
Mixing up X and A. Why?
Damn it! Who do you want to believe? Remember what Kokichi has done to us! Remember how Gonta's always tried to protect us! How could Gonta be the culprit? Still want to accuse him, huh? Keep saying the truth this, the truth that, but... There's a reason Gonta's not the culprit! Who do you want to believe? Remember what Kokichi has done to us! Remember how Gonta's always tried to protect us! How could Gonta be the culprit? Still want to accuse him, huh? Keep saying the truth this, the truth that, but... There's a reason Gonta's not the culprit! Who do you want to believe? Damn it!
There we go. Okay, what do we got? Final blow.
There's no way to leave the mansion from the rooftop!
Toilet paper discovered outside the mansion.
It ends here!
Damn it!
What if Gonta did this to protect Kokichi from Miyu? That is totally a possibility.
The toilet paper we found outside the mansion.
Yeah, I mean, that actually makes a lot of sense if he did it because Miyu was trying to kill someone.
That's what the culprit used to get from the roof to the ground.
The toilet paper?
The same toilet paper that was used as the murder weapon. That's why we didn't find it anywhere else. Not at the scene of the crime, nor on Miyu's body. It was outside the mansion.
But why? Why did he?
Hold
why
on.
did he feel like he had to
If they
climb
use the
down?
toilet paper as a rope to get down from the roof, then they need to tie it to something. But there was nothing to tie it to. I know because I investigated the roof.
You're stubborn, Kaito. You're still going on about this.
Of course I am! I'm gonna believe in Gonta till the very end!
No, there was something that the toilet paper could have been tied to.
What?
Yes, the place where the toilet paper was tied down.
There! The binoculars on the rooftop. The toilet paper could have been tied there. However, I don't think the culprit actually tied it down there. They just hung it. and then use the doubled up toilet paper to climb down. But in that case, they would have had to tug on it in order to take it down.
Yep, that's correct. Because I came up with that idea.
Wow.
Jerk.
But I thought I told Gonta to put the toilet paper back in the bathroom. Oh, I guess he ran into someone on the way and then threw it somewhere close by. Looks like Kaito's morale is shot, so this whole thing is done now.
The matter does appear to be settled.
That... it's...
So, it's true. Going to really kill Mew.
But I'm the one who came up with the plan. Anyway, just admit your crime, Gonta. Even though you don't remember, you still did it.
But why did Gonta do such a terrible thing?
Wait, before you start crying, you gotta admit your crime first.
Stop. I won't let you, Kokichi. If anyone is gonna get him to confess, it's me. Gonta, I'm going to look back at the whole case one more time, okay?
Aw.
When you're convinced, you just let me know, all right? Let's end this together.
No.
Okay.
This is really fucking sad. Yeah, we
Really
not much to
is.
work with. The cell phone, bottle of poison, Kaito logged out, map of the virtual world, toilet paper. Yeah. What color did the culprit stick in the right port? Nope. Okay. Can you bring from Shuichi's lab? We got the poison, right? That was one of the things we had. Posted in the entrance hall of the mansion, so that's the map. We did have that. What did Mew do when the others left for the mansion? So Kaito logged out. Oh, that was her pulling the thing. Who's investigating the roof? Probably that. See any kitchen? Do we have anyone else? Cell phone. Yeah, I think that's for the roof. Nope. Okay, then it's not. We used when she got to the mansion. That's the cell phone. Who was like that against their will? There we go. What's the weapon Miyu brought to kill Kokichi? Okay, we don't. Oh, the hammer. Hope we're used to strangle Miyu. Okay, one more, and we get everything else. Wow, they really planned this out. You have just enough to like get to through. You have, oh no, yeah, like almost enough to just get through to the end once, and then you start unlocking stuff. To move the body off the roof. So, okay, yeah. Okay, I guess there's still one at the end. How do the culprits get the roof? Well, let's see. What do we got? You smuggles in a hammer. Threw the signboard into the river. Okay, well, we'll have to place these first. So there's the hammer. And then I guess the signboard. We'll have to find the signboard. Actually, you know what? Just grab everything. Okay, so secret blue cord. So Kaito, and then kitchen is Shuichi. Movies in the dining room. And culprit, looking for the secret. Have the binoculars. There we go.
This is the truth of the case! The case began last night. After being convinced by Mew, we all logged in to the virtual world. To log in, you have to plug the memory and consciousness cords into the device. So, we all plugged those cords into our helmets and entered the virtual world. But the culprit had accidentally plugged their cords into the wrong ports. Because of this, a connection error occurred between the culprit's brain and their avatar. As a result, the culprit would forget everything that happened in the virtual world. It's possible that this had an effect on their avatar's personality as well. Because I can't believe that someone so kind could commit murder. But we had no idea this error even happened. And so, we all logged in one by one. Meanwhile, Mew was the last to log in.
Just watching everyone.
She had modified the killing game simulator so she could accomplish a specific goal. After Mew confirmed we were all logged in, she took out the bottle of poison and placed it on Kokichi's seat. This was done to make it look like Kokichi was killed by poison when we returned. Yes, the reason Mew modified the simulator and brought us to the virtual world was to kill Kokichi in the virtual world, but make it look like he had died in the real world.
That would have been nice. Only things working out that way.
Yeah, if
After
only
had all
we,
logged in,
we can keep
Mew
dreaming.
explained the world to us.
Yep.
Use the salon phone to log out. Objects are unbreakable. Your avatars use all 5 senses. She also explained the map of the virtual world in the mansion's entrance hall. But her explanation was intentionally false. She wanted us to misunderstand the world. However, one of us was able to see through her scheme. The very person Mew was trying to kill, Kokichi. Kokichi was going to use Mew's plan against her and plotted her murder.
I really like the avatars in this art style. Pretty adorable.
Yeah, they
But
look pretty
Kokichi
cool.
wouldn't do it himself. He used a patsy to be the culprit in this case.
They look way better in this art style than the actual avatars did.
Kokichi was tight-lipped about the motive, so I don't know why the culprit agreed. But it seems as though right after logging in, when Kokichi and the culprit went outside, they were already working together to execute the murder. Eventually, we met up with Kokichi and crossed the river to the chapel. Mew had us split up to try to find some secret of the outside world. Kaito, Kokichi, Gonta, Tsumugi, and I investigated the mansion, while Maki, Himiko, Kibo, and Mew investigated the chapel. Splitting us up was also part of Mew's plan. At the chapel, Mew told Maki that she was going to look around outside. She chased after our group while we were heading toward the mansion. Once she made sure we were across, she dropped the bridge into the river.
These are some silly panels.
This was to trick us into thinking that the river separated the mansion and chapel. At the time, we thought nothing of it. It was just another one of Mew's pranks. That's why we continued with the original plan to find the secret of the outside world. We went to the mansion and split up to look for clues. Kokichi searched the salon. Kaito searched the roof. Tsumugi searched the dining room. I searched the kitchen. And finally, the culprit searched outside the mansion.
Oh, don't give him that kind of creepy grin. He's not going to wouldn't wear that grin.
You know what? I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, what? That's just dissing Gonta. How
Around
dare they
that
do
time,
that?
Mew was headed for the wall that was on the side of the chapel. She passed through the wall and headed for the mansion to kill Kokichi. You see, the wall was a special wall that Mew had added herself. This wall was programmed so that only objects could pass through. And Mew had changed her avatar settings from human to object. That was the hidden route she prepared for herself. She set up a wall that only she could pass through. Mew headed toward the mansion, but she was seen by Tsumugi on the way. When she entered the mansion, she pulled out her cell phone. She didn't tell us that there was another way to log out. Then, she spoke a name into the phone, which forced that person to log out. It was Kaito, the same roof where Kokichi and Mew were going to meet. By having Kaito search the roof and then forcing him to log out, she was making him look the most suspicious, but her plan didn't go smoothly.
And then she died.
Kokichi was waiting on the roof with the culprit and the toilet paper used to kill Mew. While Mew was distracted by Kokichi, the culprit snuck up from behind. And used the toilet paper from the mansion's bathroom to strangle Mew. This was only possible because objects in the virtual world are unbreakable. Mew's avatar was strangled to death, and the shock killed Mew in the real world.
Kokichi just be like, yes.
After the murder, Kokichi left the cleanup to the culprit and left the roof. He probably returned to the salon as soon as he could to avoid drawing suspicion. The culprit then took the lattice from the storage room and placed Mew's body on top along with the hammer and the cell phone. The culprit heaved the lattice over the railing and forcefully slid it down the roof slope. With a body on top of it, the lattice became a makeshift sled and flew off the roof. It went through the wall that only objects can pass through before crashing into the chapel.
Animation is just very silly.
So silly, yeah.
That was the crashing sound that Kibo heard in the chapel and we heard in the mansion. Mew's wall hid the fact that the mansion and chapel were actually right next to each other. That's why Tsumugi and I were able to hear the crash from the mansion. As the final step, the culprit had to then get off the roof. Because we were at the mansion, they couldn't take the stairs or they'd be seen. So they used the toilet paper again to escape from the rooftop. They hung the toilet paper from the binoculars on the roof and used it like a rope to climb down. Once the culprit was safely on the ground, they pulled at the toilet paper to retrieve it. They would have returned it to the bathroom, but they ran into us as we were leaving the mansion. In a panic, the culprit tossed the toilet paper somewhere nearby. Without that one little mistake, we might never have solved this case because the culprit doesn't remember. This is the truth you've forgotten, Gonta Gokuhara, the ultimate entomologist.
Oh, poor Gonta. I'm so sad. I told you this was gonna be his chapter to die.
Gonta, this is the
very
truth
depressing.
we've reached.
But you know, this kind of scenario reminds me of one of the Funhouse chapter in the second game,
yeah.
where like the actual like our preconceived notion of what the area is like is entirely false.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Very sad.
Sorry.
There's
not
a
really
lot of similarities
understand.
between this and the Funhouse
Yes.
chapter,
Gonta
actually.
not smart boy. But if everyone agree, then everyone probably right. Gonta, trust everyone.
Gonta.
But why? Gonta kill Mew, forget everything. Gonta even think he not do anything bad. And then Gonta tried to blame someone else and make everyone suffer. Why? Why Gonta do such terrible thing?
Gonta, it's not your fault.
It's Kokichi's fault. He must have tricked Gonta.
Huh? I totally didn't trick him. Before we go into that, it's voting time. We should finish up the class trial first.
But is this the right answer? We're not being fooled by Kokichi?
For once, I wish that we were.
Huh? Wrapping things up already? What a buzzkill of an ending! It lacks the rush of previous voting times. Well, after so many killing games, I guess it was bound to happen eventually.
What?
It's just as well. This killing game is a bad influence on the baby.
Yes, that's why we're going to end it? Okay, cool.
Oh my, Monotaro. You're even starting to look like a father.
Yeah! I gotta get my act together for the baby. Now then, pull yourselves together and let's begin!
I'm not having it.
Yep, just pay no mind to that last comment.
As the blackened and the spotless face off, it's voting time!
Who are we voting for this time, guys?
Kokichi. Kokichi.
You're right.
It's all his fucking fault.
You're right. You're right. You always vote Kokichi.
It seems the voting has finished.
I really
Now then,
see. I'm kind of
let's
hoping that
see
people
the
actually do
result.
vote for Kokichi and we get it wrong.
That'd be nice.
I can see it for this one. Two people. I was not the only one. Someone else voted for Kokichi.
So I wonder if it's Gonta or one other, like one of the other. Maybe Kaito.
Kaito is my. Yeah, I was thinking it would be Kaito.
Who'll be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
My Gonta.
Nice.
I think there was something last time that we struggled with, right? No, wait, what?
Oh wow.
Apparently not.
Perfect score.
Yeah, we got an A on everything. There must have been something. I remember there being something we were struggling with, but maybe we didn't struggle that much. It just took us a couple tries to get it. I thought so anyway, but yeah, it looks like looks like this trial was pretty straightforward.
Yeah, I think it was one with one of the multiple choice questions.
Well, I mean, there was one of the
Yeah.
multiple choice questions this time that I got it. I picked all the answers, but yeah, I don't know.